Okay, so anybody was around last summer will know that I've got two generators, two Champion dual fuel inverter generators. Now these are the quiet type of generators, and I had the second one as a backup. I ran this one. This is my primary one. This is the one I run anytime I need to run one generator. But I thought I'd buy a backup when they went on sale one time, so I bought this one, and I just left it in the box. I always thought that was a little risky, that if I tried to start it up I wouldn't be able to return it, but I left it in the box. And well, last summer I bought a welder, and it's a 110 welder, 110 volt welder, and one generator just didn't have enough oomph to run it for very long. It'd run for 5 or 6 seconds, and then the generator would trip its breaker, and so you have to push it and start your weld again and push it. So I kept thinking, well, maybe I should buy another generator. And then it occurred to me, hey, I got two generators. Why don't I buy this Paralink? Para means two. Paralink. And this solved all my problems. So I have two generators. And what this does is it ties the two generators together. So instead of getting 15 amps from one generator and 15 amps from another generator, it ties it to two together and you get 30 amps. And it's real easy to hook up. You just hook these two wires here into one generator at the Paralink connection, one there and one there. So you're black into black and you're red into red. And then you do it again to the other generator. And so now it provides 30 amps. Now both of these plugs are 120 volt. They're just different shapes. These are really good for RVs. This one has a lock. You can turn it and lock it. And this one is just a standard RV plug-in. So when you come down to here, you'll see that this is just a 120 volt plug-in, you know, the little 3-prong. So it looks exactly like that, except now you're getting 30 amps instead of 15 amps. Well, that ran the welder. For all those that were around here this last summer, you'll know that that ran the welder, and it worked perfect. Now I run these on propane pretty much exclusively. The problem is when I was running this for the welder, you get more power with gasoline. As a matter of fact, around here is a label on here somewhere that tells you, maybe it's right here. So right here you'll see that gasoline, you get 1,850 watts, and on propane you get 1,665 watts. Now the 2,500 watts is startup watts, so it'll start up and then come back down. That's so you can run things like motors, because a motor will take, like your refrigerator, will take more electricity for the first few seconds and then come down to regular running watts. So what I just read back there was running watts. So on gasoline you get more wattage. So I was running these generators, that generator, to run that welder on gasoline. The problem with gasoline is it can damage your carburetor if you leave it in there too long. A few years ago when we were traveling, I had a Champion generator. It was only gasoline, but they came in cubes back then. Instead of these little suitcases, they came in cubes. And I left gas in it for just 2 weeks. That was it, 2 weeks. And it destroyed the carburetor. So I don't want to leave gas in these. But it takes a long time to drain the gas out. So you put gasoline in, you do your weld, and then you got to drain that gas out. So you have to take the cover off on the other side. You take the cover off, and there's a tube that comes down. You got to unscrew the little screw on the carburetor and let that drain into the gas can. Well, now you got two generators with gasoline in it, so you got to drain them both. It's just an all-day project, just draining gasoline out of the generators, and then you got to make sure you run it, let it die, because it's, you know, running out of gas. So I would rather run it on propane. So Last year, that's what I was doing. Now these propane connections are pretty simple. You plug it into the propane canister, and then you run it into this connection right here, and it starts up and runs on propane. Now, having the 2 generators, I don't have to have gas, because now I got enough power just with the 2 generators to run it off propane. The problem is I was having to carry around 2 propane tanks to make that work, which is just more work. I know I'm being lazy, but it was just more. And so, as a lawnmower repair business, my other channel, if you'll go over there, I appreciate it. Check out the video. Let's see, tomorrow, so that would be Sunday. So yeah, we're going to learn how to work on a pressure washer, as a matter of fact. If you go over there, I really appreciate it. Get me some extra watch time. We're almost to enough watch time now that we'll be able to get it monetized soon. So, you know, when you're trying to save time, you don't want to spend a lot of time putting tools away. I mean, every evening when I put tools away, I probably spend an hour putting tools away. Well, if you got to drain gas or move 2 propane tanks around, it was just a lot of extra work. So I've been trying to figure out a way to make this work. Well, a long time ago, I heard of a solution, but then I was told it wouldn't work. That you can buy a connector on a propane tank that will Y off. So it's a Y connection. And it'll send propane to 2 different appliances at the same time. But I always heard that there was just not enough pressure to make that work, to run 2 appliances at one time. But I got to thinking about this. When I start these up, a lot of times I only crack open the propane tank and I forget to turn it all the way on. You crack it open, you start the generator, and it ran fine. So I'm sitting here thinking, these things must not take a lot of propane. So there must not be a lot of pressure needed. So I started investigating Y connections, and I found one real cheap. You can find them on Amazon. I'm not going to give you a link to one or anything, but I found one on Amazon. And so it screws into the propane tank, tells you what pressure you're at. Right now we don't have any pressure, shut off, and it Ys off to the 2 generators. So when I turn this on, you'll see it pressurizes up, and then we can connect our generator to the propane tank. So I'll go ahead and do that just to demonstrate how this works. Now when you do it, there's a little hole here. This device right here has to line up with that hole, like that. And then we'll come over to the other one. I'm not going to run the Paralink today. And so now I'm going to start one up, and then I'm going to start the other one up, just to show you that this will run both generators. So we're going to put it on choke, and that's all you got to do. I think you got to pull it 5 times. It started on the, I tried to start it on the second pull. Okay, so there's one. Let's take you over to the other one. Now the reason it takes so long for it to start up is that hose was completely empty. So you got to get all that propane, all that air out of the hose and start drawing in propane. So it is a little bit more difficult to start at times. I don't know why that hose over there holds the propane much longer than this hose. This hose seems to just let it go. But I won't have that problem now that it's running. It will, as long as I keep it connected, it won't vent off. So now I'm going to turn these up on high and show you that we still have plenty of pressure. So I'm going to remove the eco. See, this is on low right now. I don't know if you heard that, but it turns it up. Then we'll turn this one up. So now they're both on high. And then I come over here, and I don't know if this would actually show any difference, but there is no pressure drop at all. So I'm going to let that run for a bit so you can see that it's going to work. My point is I know a lot of nomads still watch this channel, and I would recommend that little white device. The reason I never got it, I explained this earlier, is I was always told it wouldn't work. And I'd considered getting one for the buddy heater, the Mr. Heater portable buddy, little buddy heater, and the cook stove when we were traveling. That way I'd only have to have one heater, one propane tank going at a time. And someone said that won't work, you won't get enough pressure. Well, I know the buddy heater doesn't take that much gas either. Even on high, because once again, I would turn that valve all the way down sometimes, and it would run just fine. So I would suspect it would work on a lot of things. The thing is it wasn't that expensive. Let's just say it was 20 bucks. I don't know how much it was, but it wasn't that much more than $20. So you got this device that you can return to Amazon. That's the thing I love about Amazon. You can return everything to see if it's going to work. I think this is a huge save for me. It's going to make a big difference when I have to weld. I'm going to set the place up a little bit different this year. I'm going to stage my pressure washer like underneath the well or something, so I can always have it available to wash the machines without having to drag out the tools, and it just takes a lot of time. So if I can save time by not having to drag out tools. The other thing is I bought myself a little, like a Rubbermaid drawers, slide out drawers, so I can put my tools in. I put it up underneath the porch, and I'll be able to find my tools quicker. Right now I just got them kind of in a toolbox, and I got to dump them all out and try to find the one I'm looking. So I guess the point is I'm trying to get more organized this year, so I don't have to spend so much time or wasting time doing things over and over again that I don't need really to do. And that was one of them. Setting that up to weld, it was just like, oh, I don't want to do that today. We're tearing it apart. So it's been a couple minutes, and they're still running with no pressure loss. So now I'm going to shut them off. And now shutting them off is pretty easy. You just turn the knob. And then all I got to do is disconnect it and hang it back up. Now when you disconnect it, all you have to do is push this brass fitting in. It pops right out, and you pull it out. Now I'll shut the tank off, but the pressure stays. But tomorrow when I get up, that'll be back on 0, because that one vents off for some reason, as you saw. Then I always try to make sure I put the caps back on. That way dirt daubers and wasps don't make nests in the hoses and fittings. So if you'll click this up next box, it'll take you over to that other channel. We'll be working on a pressure washer. I'd really appreciate it. Go check it out again. I really would. So if I can inspire you to make your life easier, so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.